Today are the mini readings, and we'd like to say again that these readings are for all of us, and because we're all connected, even those of us who are viewing it through Ustream. And though human beings are guided by the stars, in many cultures, the stars symbolize gods. I know in the Huna, Lono comes from the stars and the different constellation systems. And so in astrology, we're not only guided by our personality, divine purpose, our path, but if we understand how we are spirit and how spirit, everything is spirit. Without spirit, nothing would vibrate. Nothing would be would live, nothing would animate, nothing would exist. As spirit starts to vibrate at a slower rate, it becomes the Akashic record, which is so thin and fine and elegant, or God's book of remembrance. And our souls vibrate on the plane of soul. So how does its spirit vibrating at a slower rate so that the soul, the body of the soul, is created? And from the body of the soul, this physical body is created as spirit and soul vibrate at a slower rate. Spirit vibrates so fast that it seems like it's standing still. Why are we sharing this with you before these billets? When we start to have the true realization that we are spirit, that we were created in the mind of God, that this great mind of God is limitless. It has no beginning and no end. That's why we have no beginning. Spirit has no beginning and no end. Everything that is created can die. Everything that is born will have a transition and be dismantled. Therefore, since we have no beginning, spirit has no beginning and no end, we are everything. That great battle in heaven, when Satan or Lucifer was thrown out of heaven and became denser and denser into the Satan and the devil, that trinity, that Luciferic energy cannot get any power direct from the Godhead. Everything it gets is from us, because we are co-creators. We are everlasting. Plus, this Luciferic energy that was thrown out of heaven is part of us because we're part of all this activity, this drama that was created, this movement. So this fear of being separated from God, this great fear of death, seems so real. Just as we shared with you, war started in heaven between Archangel Michael and the Luciferic energy and the angels and that which thought it was greater than God. Nothing can be greater than the Creator. So this fear of being thrown out, of being cast out, of being abandoned is very, very ancient. And it was created so it can be dismantled and turned around. And even this Satan was created from this Luciferic energy, and this Luciferic energy was created by this illusion of a great angel. So everything that was created will return to its source. Even the so-called devil. The story of the prodigal son is just not on a physical level or on a soul level. It is the whole story of creation. And when a human soul realizes the vastness, but this vastness cannot be realized by the finite mind. The finite mind cannot realize the infinite. Everything must vibrate at the same rate to get access to one another. And in the reality, there is only one. Everything stepped down, transforming in energy and light. So fear is not always a bad thing. It can be used in a positive way. That's why fear our Father God. For that, fear not lest it comes upon you. For that fear that was so instantaneous when Satan was thrown down upon this planet is what will, that fear of God, that love of God, that love for God is what takes us home. This is why in this great realization, in the infinite mind, even being a drop in the infinite mind, this universal consciousness breaks any limitations or holds that the stars have upon us. This is why these great saints and holy beings are men and women for all seasons. They work under all the stars and work with all the angels in God's hierarchy. And in this great freedom, they are so bound. We are so bound to God, so bound to humanity by love. This comes back to the readings. Why? It's all of us, even an individual reading.